Welcome to Parishram Vigyanam. In this part, we will discuss about leaves. We were doing morphology of flowering plant, that is part 3 will start. In our previous video, in part 1, I have already discussed about roots, and in the second part of the video, I have discussed about the stem. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the leaves. Okay, so let's start. Leaves. So let's see some characteristic features of a leaf. Okay, so the leaf, the first point it is saying the leaf originate from the shoot apical meristem. So in the stem, in the in the previous video, you can go and check it out. So we have already discussed about shoot apical meristem. Okay, it arises from the shoot apical meristem. Okay, clear? Then it is saying that normally a leaf consists of 3 parts. So leaf consists of 3 parts, that is leaf base will be there, then lamina, that the leaf surface, okay, then petiole to which it is connected. Okay, through which it is connected. I'll show you a picture of it in the next slide. Okay. Then the third point it is saying they are arranged in acropetal order. Means what? Acropetal order means the younger leaves will be at the top and the older leaves will be at the bottom. Generally, when you see a plant, generally at the tip there is a younger leaves, but the older leaves are always at the base. So this arrangement is called the acropetal order. Acropetal arrangement, where at the tip there will be younger or new leaves, and the down portion towards the base there will be older or older leaves. Okay, clear? Then the next point it is saying these leaves are important for what? For photosynthesis. Inside the leaves there is photosynthesis because it contains chlorophyll pigment for photosynthesis to occur, and from photosynthesis they will make their food. Is it clear? Okay, then moving on to the next slide. This is a picture showing a diagram of a leaf. Okay, first the leaf will be connected to a stem. Okay, and the leaf is connected with the stem through a structure called petioles. This structure is called the petioles. Okay, in this structure, and from where this leaves is arising? From the nodes only. So in the stem part we have already discussed about it. So in the stem there will be nodes. Okay, nodes, there will be nodes, and from the nodes the leaf will arise. Okay, so nodes, clear? Then a small leaf-like projection used to come out from this area. Okay, and the base of the petiole. So this is called stipules. These are the thin leaf-like structure which arises in the base of the petiole. Okay, and the leaf surface will be called the leaf lamina. This is the leaf surface of the leaf is called leaf lamina, and it will have midribs. The main vein is called the midribs. Okay, and it is having veins. The structure which is coming out from the midribs are called veins, which give shape to the particular leaf. Okay, is it clear? Then this will be called the tip of a particular leaf, and this is called the blade. B-L-A-D-E. Blade is written. Let me move in. This is called the leaf blade, the corner portion. Is it clear? Then moving on to the next slide. Let's see some leaf base modification. So we have already seen how the leaf along with the petiole attached to the stem. Okay, so let's see some modification. Okay, so leaf sheet. In case like the petiole used to modify to form like this. Suppose this is the petiole. So it will modify to form sheet-like structure, then it is attached to the stem. sheet. It is a thin sheet. You can see this in maize plant. And in some cases there is pulvinous modification, pulvinous type of modification. You can see in case of leguminous plant in which the leaf base used to get thickened, bulky. Here the bulky structure will form. Bulky structure will form. But in case of leaf sheet-like structure will be forming. You can see this in case of maize and in leguminous plant like pea plant and all. Is it clear? Towards the base it can form sheet-like structure, and towards the base it can form swollen bulky structure which is called pulvinous. Okay. Then moving on to the next slide. Let's see some types of venation. What do you mean by venation? Venations are generally the arrangement of the veins. We have discussed veins, the arrangement of veins in a particular leaf. Okay, so generally we see two types of venation. The first type of venation is reticulate venation, which is present in dicotyledon plant. Basically in dicot plant it is present. Means what? Dicot plants means what? Means they are having two seeded joined together like gram, pea, okay, rajmas. Is it clear? So in case of dicot plants we can see reticulate venation. There is a network of veins present here which are irregularly distributed. So there is network of veins. It's like the normal leaves which we see. It's like this. Network of veins which are irregularly arranged. This is called the reticulate venation. Okay, in hibiscus plant also you can see this type of venation. Then coming to the next type of venation, that is called the parallel venation. Okay, these are generally found in monocot plant, means single cotyledon, the seeds which are having single seeded. Okay, for example rice, grasses, okay, they are having parallel venation because their seeds are monocot. Their veins are parallel to each other. The veins will be parallel to each other. Okay, in the leaf the veins are parallel to each other. So I'll show you a picture of it. See here the parallel venation in case of banana leaf. This is a banana leaf. So parallel venation, can you see? And reticulate venation like this in case of hibiscus plant, you can see reticulate venation. Okay. Then moving on to the next slide. See two patterns you can see in case of parallel venation. One like this. In case of grass, bamboos, you can see this type of venation, but in banana you can see like this. Both are parallel venation only. Is it clear? Types of venations are clear? Then moving on to the next slide. Let's see some types of leaves. Leaves are generally of two different types. That is one simple leaf. We'll discuss here the simple leaf. This is a figure showing a simple leaf. Okay, here the lamina is complete and incision does not reach midribs. So here the lamina, this one, the lamina is complete, it is saying. It is not, here it is saying that the incision does not reach midrib. So there is no such incision. There can be like this patterns also in some leaves. There are some patterns like this, no? The incision means getting inside. It is not getting inside and touching the midrib, it is saying. Okay, and it is not separating the leaf. So it's a complete leaf. That is called the simple leaf. Okay. Let's discuss about the compound leaf. Next type of leaf is the compound leaf, where the incision touches midrib that divides a leaf into numbers of leaflet. So suppose the simple leaf was like this. The simple leaf was like this. So there is some incision in between. So due to this incision, they forms small leaf-like structure. Due to some incision, it is getting inside and acting as an incision and touching the midrib. Okay, so individual leaf will be forming. You can see in this picture, individual leaves will be forming. They will be called leaflet. Okay, in case of compound leaves, this is the structure of a compound leaf, where the incision touches the midrib and producing a small leaf-like structure that is called leaflet. Understanding? Now this compound leaves can be of two different types, two different varieties. Okay, so let's see the first variety, that is PinatelyCompound leaves. PinatelyCompound leaves, you can see this in a neem plant, PinatelyCompound leaves. Here the leaflet are present on a common axis. So in a particular common axis, the leaflet will be present, touching the midrib. Example in neem plant. In a common axis it is present, no? Okay. PinatelyCompound leaf is clear. Then moving on to the next type of compound leaf, that is PalmatelyCompound leaf. Means here the leaflets are attached to one particular point, one single point. The leaflet are attached at the petiole tip. Only in one particular petiole tip it is attached. Means in one particular point it is attached. That is called PalmatelyCompound leaf. Okay, in example silk cotton, this is an example of silk cotton. But in case of PinatelyCompound leaf, it is arranged in a particular axis, not in a particular point. But here the leaflets are present in a particular point, are attached to a particular point, that is the petiole tip. Is it clear? Then moving on to the next slide. Then new topic, that is Phylotexy. Then what do you mean by Phylotexy? It is the pattern of arrangement of leaf around the stem. How the leaves are arranged around the stem is the Phylotexy. We'll see the three different types of the patterns. The patterns, how it is attached to the stem. Is it clear? That is called Phylotexy. Okay. Then let's move on to the first one, Phylotexy, that is alternate type of Phylotexy. Okay, so here the single leaf present at each node. Suppose these are the nodes, a single leaf used to arise. Single leaf is arising, no, from one particular node. Okay, in example hibiscus and brassica, you can see this type of Phylotexy. Is it clear? In one single node, one leaf will come out. Only one. That is alternate type. And see, they are present in alternate manner. One is in right side, then the next one is left side, then the next one is again on the right side. Alternate pattern, they are present. Okay. Then the second type of Phylotexy is opposite type. In opposite type of Phylotexy, you can see they are oppositely arranged. If one is here, the another one will be there. Means in one particular node, two leaf will come out. Each node bears a pairs of leaf. One pair of leaf will be there in one particular node. Is it clear? But in alternate type of Phylotexy, we got that in one particular node, only one leaf will be arising. But in case of opposite type, two leaves will be arising. Like in guava plant, this is a guava plant. And Calostropis. Okay, this is a picture of a Calostropis. Here also you can see they are in opposite manner. In one single node, two leaves is coming out. Is it clear? Okay, then moving on to the last type, whorl type of Phylotexy. Here, more than two leaves arises at the node to form a whorl. Like Elstonia. This is a picture showing Elstonia from one single point, from one single node. Many leaves are coming out from one single node. That is called Elstonia, and it is forming a whorl. Whorl it is forming. Is it clear? Three types of Phylotexy we have studied now. Okay. So moving on to the next slide, let's go to the next topic, that is modification of leaf. So first modification is tendrils. You can see in this picture, these are tendrils for the support. This is a pea plant. Okay, leaves modifies to form a long thread-like structure. It gives supports to the climber. So it is long thread-like structure. It usually gives supports to the climber, and it is a leaf modification. Like in pea. Is it clear? Tendrils we got in stem modification also, but there the example was different. Like in grapes we got Okay. Then moving on to the next modification, that is phylloids. So here the petiole gets modified to form a leaf-like structure. Here the petioles used to get modified. You know what is petioles? The one which connects the leaves with the stem is called petioles. Here the petioles used to get modified to form leaf-like structure. Okay, and function as leaf only, like in acacia. The leaves are modified from where? From the petioles. Therefore, it is called phylloids type of modification, phylloids. Is it clear? Then moving on to the next slide. So spines. Next modification is spines. In case of xerophytic plants, what do you mean by xerophytic plants? The one which are present in the deserted condition. In dry areas, deserted condition, the plants are known as xerophytes. Okay, to reduce water loss. So spines are modified. The leaves are modified into spines so that to reduce the water loss through transpiration, because they are surviving in a dry climatic condition, no? Are you understanding? So to prevent from the transpiration loss, they are modified into spines. The spines-like structure, like in cactus, to prevent water loss. Is it clear? Then moving on to the next slide. So next modification is for storage. Storage modification, in case of garlic and onion, we can see storage modification. This same example we got in stem modification also. Let's see the structure in details now. See. So this is the root, the base is the root, and this portion is your short stem. Remember, I have said no short stem. Short stem it is having. This portion is short stem and it is having fleshy leaves. These are the fleshy leaves. These are leaves, okay? And this portion is the stem, the thicker portion. And the fleshy leaves are present, which act as a storage in case of onion. Is it clear? Okay. The next is the leaves used to get modified in case of the insectivorous plant. What is insectivorous plant? The one which feed on insect. Okay, so like in picture plant, the picture plants are modified leaves to trap insect inside. And in case of Venus flytrap also, I'll show you a picture of it. See, these are modified leaves to capture the prey. These are modified leaves to capture the prey. This is a picture showing Venus flytrap and this is a picture showing a picture plant. Is it clear? So these are the leaf modification. Are you getting? Okay, then that's all for today's class. So we have completed the leaf structure. Next we'll come up with flowers. Okay, thank you for your patient hearing.